Remember when these were fast? And these? Technology has improved the world around us. So why is it simple to send one of these anywhere in an instant, but not money?
Bartering to shell, to gold, to money.
What if we made money truly global, stable, and secure? What if everyone was invited to the global economy with access to the same financial opportunities? Introducing Libra, a new global payment system designed for the digital world, backed by the belief that money should be fast for Ope in Lagos, simple for Saul's family business in Manila, and secure for Betsabe when sending money home to Mexico City. It's powered by blockchain, making it safe and accessible. No matter who you are or where you're from. So join us as we move towards a world where money works for everyone. This is Libra, and it's just the beginning.
Welcome back to Crash and Edy. I'm Edy. Crash, these videos just get freakier and freakier.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is Crash, and we got a good show for you today.
Yes, indeed.
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, bell button, all. We have relevant content, and you're going to want to make sure that you're notified by YouTube as soon as we put our videos out.
You got it. So, what do we got going today?
Well, I don't know. You want to talk about that video? That was what Libra, which is the Facebook cryptocurrency that's planned to be rolled out. What 2000 next year? Early next year?
No, early this year.
Mid this year?
Like January of 2021 is what they were saying.
That's like right now.
Yeah. So it's coming anytime now.
Well, didn't they change their name though? Wasn't there a branding change or something?
Yeah, it was called Diem, and it is on there. It says Diem on the site, and it's diem.com. But then this video is Libra, and this is right on their homepage. So it's interesting. I don't know the timing of it, but I know when Mark Carney from the Bank of England knocks on your door, as he did Zuckerberg's, you're going to do things exactly when they want you to do it.
Yeah. Right. And diem, even the word diem, that's Latin for 10, which is X.
Is that right?
Yes.
What do you think that, how do you think that plays in 10?
X marks the spot, baby.
Yeah.
X marks the spot.
Meaning what?
Meaning, okay, what do they put on in front of a line on a piece of paper when they want you to sign it? They put an X in front of it.
Oh, okay. And that's the 10?
It means they own you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out soon, people. That's a big one, though. I think that's going to be just so powerful to get it out to the masses.
Yeah.
And today marks the beginning of Davos week. So we're going to talk this week a little bit about Davos. And you guys know what that is. Let's hit that real quick. Well, let's do a quick market update. We got Ethereum on fire. Stuff's cooled off a little bit since we talked earlier.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm not concerned by any means.
It's healthy. It's good. It's good. They gotta take it down so the elites can keep buying.
Yeah. There's still looking at the 7-day numbers. Ethereum's still up 6.5%. Polkadot's up 9%. Linked which is Chainlink, is up 9%. And remember, Link is the largest cap ERC20 token. So when Ethereum, you got Ethereum and Link, and Ethereum and their biggest token, both still highly positive in 7-day numbers, and completely positive in the 30, 90, and 1 year numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 800% for Chainlink in the last 12 months.
It's a good number.
Oh yeah, kicking Ethereum's butt. They're only up 690%.
Right.
Eddie,
Right.
what do you think about that?
Well, my
Kind of
friend
weak
got
returns.
my friend got shaken out a link at about 7, so he's reeling.
Really?
He's reeling off of a big FUD article, too, by the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Yeah, I
So,
remember that. I remember all those.
yeah, remember that big FUD article that came out, and it was really
Mhm.
so they could buy it themselves for cheap.
That was the one talking about that API 3, right?
No, they got no. It was just on. It was just on. Oh, did they talk about API 3? Maybe I don't know.
API about, I don't know, it was probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. They all came out. Oh, API 3 is far better technology, and it's gonna take over Chainlink. And all of a sudden, the price went way down. And
Yeah, no, this was like about 6 months before that, and it was about. It was an in-depth article about how their miners were paid and stuff, how they were just so highly incentivized, and of course they are. I mean, these miners are doing it for money, so they're gonna be, they're gonna
yeah,
get paid.
yeah, you want them operating because that's what gives your infrastructure stability.
Yeah, that's your security, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Have you ever
and
looked at the Bitnode map?
Bitnode map. No, what is that?
Oh, it's cool.
Is that a site or is it?
Yeah, you want to go to it?
Let's do it.
All right, it's bitnodes with an S .io. And me being a world traveler and historian, I love to see all the names of these cities and all these different countries popping up.
Bitnodes.io. Okay, so give us the
Bit,
lowdown on this.
well, it's basically it's just a live map of each Bitcoin miner that's operating and who's receiving um, addresses to verify. So this is how Bitcoin works with miners. Okay, there's all the Bitcoin is each transaction is put onto a block, and then the block. All these people right now are accepting and transmitting to each other different transactions that they're receiving, and they're verifying and uh, coming up with a consensus. And once they all agree that the blockchain is correct, they all have to agree. If you're on the system right now, there's probably a lot more that they come on and offline depending on what they have going on. And then when they all agree on a block, it goes onto the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain, and then all the transactions are verified and performed.
What just happened to the map? Fascinating. So this is just Bitcoin.
Just Bitcoin.
So
Yep.
I'm looking at
You
these
see the
ranks.
you see
25%.
that? Yeah, you see the concentration in Europe.
I see a concentration in NA too. 20. The biggest country is NA with 25.6%, so they don't even know where the nodes are. That's interesting. And then the second biggest is the US, which I
Where are
thought they
you
were
seeing this?
on the upper left.
I don't see that.
Global Bitcoin nodes, 11. You see that? It says it's ranks top 10 countries with their respective number of reachable nodes are as follows.
Top left.
Do you see 11,516 nodes?
No. No.
Crash, have you been?
Oh, maybe we're not on the same page here.
Bitnodes.io. Are you looking at the
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah, the live map, right?
Yeah. Well, to the left of the map, it says rank.
Okay, so I'm just on the map. Let me clear
Oh,
the
go
map.
to the home page.
Yeah, I went to the map page,
Oh,
and
okay.
let me just go to the home page because I'm curious to see what that has to. Oh, yeah, that's very different. Yeah. So if you click on the live map down there, you'll see what I was looking at.
Right. But I
So on
mean,
the yeah, did you go to the live map?
I'm looking at it, but what's up with the? It says the U.S. has the most nodes. I thought China did. China's only got 1.97%.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it looks like Europe is the strongest. But all those NA, that's all China, I bet.
Yeah, I bet it is, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they
And
got it
they throw a
blocked.
few token ones out there and let everybody know about it, so they come up on number 9. But
I know it's when you look at the map, it's shockingly quiet in China. That's weird. They don't do
yeah,
anything with Bitcoin, huh?
oh, well,
They do about as much as Australia. That's
dun,
interesting.
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Okay. That's a good one to check out, though. Thank you for that, Crash. We'll keep an eye on
Yeah,
that. That's interesting for Bitcoin nodes.
yeah, I shared that with some clients today just so they have a better idea of how this all works. Trying
That
to keep
is,
people educated.
yeah. Maybe that's why they say XRP is centralized because it's got, I think, around 1,000 nodes total.
Yeah.
Versus Bitcoin's probably got the most at 11,516. So, well, they both need to get some up in Greenland. Anywho.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on Diem anyways. And let's look at, since we're talking about Bitcoin, that segues nicely into a nice piece of content that Crash has brought to our attention. Should we
Mm-hmm.
hit that sucker?
Is that Pomp?
This is
Yes.
Daniela, which is really who you care about, not Pomp at all.
Yeah, she's hot.
But anyways, here we go.
Well, on that note, I want to get your thoughts on the other big news item for Bitcoin this week. BlackRock authorizing 2 of its funds to invest in Bitcoin futures. This was according to filings from the SEC. The move allows exposure to cryptocurrency for clients of the world's largest asset manager for the first time. How significant is this news?
Yeah, look, if you think Wall Street's going to sit by and watch everyone else, quote unquote, get rich, there's no way that's happening. And so every single institution on Wall Street has now realized that Bitcoin has gone from a contrarian idea to a consensus idea. They're all doing something, whether they want to just buy Bitcoin and hold it long, whether they want to trade it, whether they want to market make, whether they want to invest in companies or in the infrastructure around the asset. They're all doing something. And it's because the writing is on the wall. The future global financial system is going to be digital. It is going to be decentralized. And the people who go and figure out how to get involved early will be beneficiaries. Just like the people who realize if I use the internet and I use a computer to conduct my financial transactions, I have an advantage over those who are not doing it yet. The same thing is happening now. The people who realize if I use the digital decentralized version, I can actually invest in the same exact asset. And I can usually do it in a transaction with the same counterparty. I'm just now buying a stock, bond, currency, or commodity in a digital format rather than electronic QSIP format. And so the people who are there early will get the beneficiary of that kind of outsized performance. Eventually that will get commoditized down. Just like in the move from the analog world to the kind of an electronic QSIP world, same thing, move from electronic QSIP world to a digital world. And so BlackRock's realizing that, so is everybody else on Wall Street. And as I keep saying is Bitcoiners don't want to sell their Bitcoin, but the institutions want Bitcoin. And so the US dollar price has to appreciate in order to accommodate everyone.
I like how
Go
Makes a lot of
off,
sense.
King.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he does.
He nails it pretty much all the time.
Yeah, he's he has nailed this one. That is for sure. So Yeah, I heard him say, I think in this same interview, didn't he say how he deals with it is he just doesn't look at it?
Yeah, he's long,
Yeah.
he's got a long-term perspective on it, which is healthy, and I would say
Yep.
probably 90% it's going to be correct. I mean, it's Bitcoin is not a it's private, it's anonymous, it's decentralized, it's everything that we want in a world currency and a store of value.
Yeah, it's interesting. You see the powers that be trotting out this Michael, what's his name?
Sailor?
Yeah, Sailor, who's, kind of their poster boy for Bitcoin now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I wonder though, is there a reason that they're pushing everybody into Bitcoin?
Yeah, I know. You gotta wonder.
Especially at these
I'm
prices.
all about diversification. All about diversification.
Right. Well, and even if it goes to $1 million, you're looking at 25x or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas these little ones, you are looking at thousands of times on your money. So of course they don't want you in any of those. Just stay in Bitcoin, everything into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So, but
we'll handle you with our futures markets. Don't you worry.
Right. There's going to be a lot of winners.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
see
lot
that
of
other
winners.
company that just bought a lot of Bitcoin, $150 million worth.
Who did?
Marathon Patent Group. Their ticker symbol, they're on the NASDAQ. Their ticker is MARA. And they just purchased $150 million worth of Bitcoin. Their primary business is mining of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
Yep, and Sailor's got his he's got like a seminar going on pretty soon, right?
Yeah, Sailor does. Yeah, he's going to be teaching all the CEOs and executives of the major 500 corporations how to efficiently move into and use Bitcoin as and cryptocurrencies in their business models. How to set up the accounting, how to do all the stuff that's new to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Do you know this guy Anthony Scaramucci?
Vaguely, yeah. Heard the name. He's been in the news lately, right?
Yeah, he's with Sky Rock or Sky.
Oh yeah, Sky. Yeah. He was. What was he on?
Well, he came out. Yeah, he came out and said that Bitcoin is as safe as gold and bonds. Gold and bonds Bitcoin is just as safe.
Yeah.
And he used to be like with the Treasury Department or something. I think he bounced in and out of.
Yeah. Well, define safe. I mean, really, why can't it be? It's something that. I mean, of course they're gonna multiply it with futures and stuff, but other than that, you can't make more of it. You can't come out and increase the float overnight like you do with all this other stuff.
And you can't arrest the CEO of Bitcoin.
Right.
Doesn't exist. There is no corporate headquarters for Bitcoin.
Yep. Yeah. So. It's one heck of a new asset, an asset class. So let's talk about owls for a moment.
Owls.
And on that note, what is a good podcast without a little Christine Lagarde?
Oh, no, not again.
You love Christine, so just listen up for a minute.
Maybe I can start with you. Given the recovery is clearly most dependent on the path of the virus at this stage and the lifting of lockdowns in 2021, what is the immediate priority in terms of any further macroeconomic intervention at this stage? Have we reached peak intervention in reality at both a monetary and a fiscal level? And actually, it's the path of the virus now that will matter most.
Well, Jeff, let me divide 2021 into two sequences, if I may. I think our hope is still that 2021 is the year of recovery, but in two phases. And phase one is clearly one that is still plagued with a very high level of uncertainty as vaccinations are produced, supplied, distributed, as we see more lockdown measures, sometimes more stringent, as the variants are also now being rolled out in our societies. And the latest data that we have for the euro area indicates that growth for Q4 is going to...
Did you hear that?
She said when they're rolled, the more deadly strains are rolled out.
I know it. As the variants are being rolled out. I mean, what is going on here?
She's not talking to us. She's not talking to the sheep. She's talking to her followers.
That is stunning, man. I didn't catch that the first time I listened to it. Let's listen a little bit more to the owl.
To be negative, which clearly will have an impact in the first quarter of Q1 in 2021. So we're really looking at a phase one where it is still about crossing that bridge to the recovery, but where the journey seems to be a little bit delayed, but should not be derailed. And in terms of policies, what it means for this phase one, it means that fiscal still has to play a dominant role and has to be very active. At the moment, when we look at the numbers for the euro area in particular, we see that the net balance from a budgetary point of view is going to be negative 6.1%. That's in the cards and in the books. On the monetary front, I have said repeatedly, and I'm happy to repeat, that our goal is to continue to support all sectors of the economy and to make sure that financing conditions remain favorable. And that means, from a bank lending point of view, bond yields point of view, but that financing conditions continue to be favorable or preserved as such. So that's phase one, really, where we have to stay the course and make...
So phase one, keep printing and keep the interest rates low.
Preserved as such.
We got to hear phase two real quick, people.
Make sure that the situation is favorable. If you then cross that bridge and get to the second phase...
if you survive, which so many won't because of all the variants, but if you survive, here's phase two.
Where we have, we are on the other side, economy is reopening, then the challenges are different. Because it's not the economy stupid, I was going to say, but it's not the same economy that we are talking about. And it's most likely going to be a new economy, which will be associated with positive developments and also with challenges. I'll mention four of each. In the positive development, many of our advanced economies, particularly in Europe, have leapfrogged by about 7 years in terms of digitalization. Second, when you look at the way people actually work, it's very likely that about 20% of the time that was worked in offices will be worked from home. Third, technological changes are really affecting, and for the better, the pandemic-affected sectors. And when you look at the VC capital that is being spent on those particular sectors that are affected by social distancing, it's up 56% since December 2019. And finally, and I think that's a critically important point for the longer-term policies that have to be adopted now, there is a very strong awareness by people that climate change is an issue that must be dealt with as a matter of priority. There's been a survey which was recently conducted by Ipsos, which indicates that more than 70% in the 16 largest countries want climate change and the fight against it to be their priority. So those four factors are clearly positive developments that will have to be taken into account. On the other side of the challenges that we see going forward, number one... people.
Enough, please.
Did she just say 17% of the 16
I don't
largest
know.
countries?
70, I thought she said,
Was it
didn't she?
70? Because it sounded like
I
17.
don't know. I don't believe it. Good Lord, I don't believe what she's saying. I love you, God, but I don't believe her. I'm sorry.
How can you not believe her, man? She's the owl.
I want to believe her. She's very credible.
Yeah.
However, God gave me the ability of thinking for myself.
What don't you believe?
Well, anything that's put out by the major institutions across the globe that frankly only want to control us, not help us.
Yeah. But specifically, I mean, what don't you believe about what she just said?
Well, I don't believe in climate change. That's the first thing. I think it's complete hoax, and it's designed to manipulate and social engineer the world.
Well, say goodbye to this video, people. We're going to get banned, and
This one's never getting out.
we're done.
Keep it in the archives, though. It might be worth a lot of money someday.
Keep it in the archives, people.
Yeah, everybody, I'd recommend you download this and in 10 years listen to it again, and you're going to be like, he was a prophet.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, though. It's interesting. I think, but she is in the know, though. When you listen to her, you can tell how they're going to push things, what they're going to push on. You might not believe in climate change, and I do in some regards I don't. But they're going to push the agenda. That's the point.
I just, climate change. I'm all with stopping deforestation, but
Right.
is there climate change because of gases in the air?
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't think so.
Yeah. But they're going to push that agenda. That's the thing about these people. You listen to them because
just like Al Gore, and there's been, it's been decade after decade. If you look, in the 60s, it was, I think it was the globe is going to go into another ice age, and then in the 70s, the caps are going to melt again, and then every 10 years it goes back and forth, whatever the popular agenda is, and the climate people have been caught manipulating facts worldwide for decades.
Yeah, but they're going to make laws to make it a reality. I mean, look at
That's our fault. If we allow them to do that, we deserve what we get.
Look at the XL pipeline deal that immediately when the new president takes
I'm not going to sit here and
boom.
You mean the Keystone?
Yeah, Keystone. Yeah, what'd they say? XL. Yeah, right away he kills that deal, man. Immediately. We're not using gasoline. We're getting away from gasoline. So
to get all the, basically what he did is he just shut down the avenue for the U.S. to remain fuel positive, energy positive.
Right.
And all that energy is now going to go to China. And it's way more risky and horribly more damaging to the environment to be shipping oil tankers over to China or any else way around the world in tankers than it is to run an underground pipeline, which has, if they leak, they might leak 100 gallons or 1,000 gallons versus a tanker that's going to fill the whole port, the whole coastline for hundreds of miles and destroy everything.
Right.
Let's
not go there. Okay, so your favorite coin, Dogecoin or Doggy Coin. Isn't it Dogecoin, Crash? Or is it Doggy Coin? I've heard it called Dogecoin.
Well, that looks like a dog to me, so I'm calling it Doggy Coin.
All right, Doggy Coin it is.
Doggy Coin, yeah.
Yes. So what was up with? With Flare Networks, right?
Yeah. So Flare, and one of the questions I have, and we talked about this earlier. So just to kind of explain it, so Doggy Coin will be implemented in XRP utility fork Flare Network. So XRP back in December took a snapshot of everybody who owns XRP, and they're going to be airdropping, which is basically depositing free Flare tokens that are brand new to everybody's account that has XRP. So a lot of us bought some extra XRP because we believe that this could be a good opportunity. Now, right after that, they signed a deal with Litecoin, which is a peer-to-peer transfer of assets company, and they're going to be doing a airdrop with them. So my question now is, now that they have announced this, are they also going to be doing a airdrop to Dogecoin of Flare tokens? Now, what, about a month ago, Elon Musk came out and kind of pumped up Doggy coin, and it took off. There's a major spike in its chart, and he may have been aware of this coming down the pike. And I think it might be a really good opportunity for people to.
DeFi is absolutely fascinating. I mean, so they have here in a poll by Flare Networks asking for XLM, BCH, or BSV, Stellar Lumens received 81.4% and could thus be the next to be integrated. So they're just going to integrate all these coins with this DeFi? I mean, that is going to be powerful.
For all of them and for the whole ecosystem.
I know, but plus it gives immediately a ton of utility for their coin.
Oh yeah, which who is missing that utility?
What's that? What do you mean?
Who doesn't have the scalability right now that is
Ethereum
competing with?
Ethereum, right?
This is a direct competition with Ethereum.
Yeah, Flare Networks smart contracts similar to Ethereum.
However, I think there's room in the market, and I think they're both going to just explode.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. It's such a massive market. It's like trillions of dollars per day. And when you roll this stuff out, what people don't realize, when they came out with the shipping container, the amount of shipping that went on increased by 800-fold because of the shipping container. So DeFi, the market, what is now like 6 trillion a day, is gonna increase too. So there's just plenty of room, and so I am shocked at Flare, but let's get a quick price quote on that sucker. So BitTrue trades you guys, we've talked about this before. BitTrue and Poloniex, I think, trade the IOU for Flare, and this is their USDT. So that is trading at. Hold on here. Let's get an update. Oh, we are sucking. There's a bandwidth. It
was at 31% earlier.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Flare.
27.98. Now it's up 44.2.
Oh my gosh! Now is that the chart you're showing, or is that?
What's that?
Is that the chart you're showing?
No, that's Ethereum BTC.
Can you show the chart?
Can
you click on it and get a?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Isn't it amazing remember how to get a chart like this or to go into an exchange, you'd have to be logged in. You'd have to have an account with the institution, log in. These guys just let you go right into the exchange without even. I'm not logged in. No account. It's just right into the exchange.
No, they're just sharing data.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fascinating how it's changed so much with this.
Okay, so XRP is airdropping more than one Flare token per XRP token.
A little bit over, not much more. It's like 1.007.
Right, it's nominal. It's nominal. Right. But right now, Flare is at this. It's almost the exact same price as XRP. So basically, by collecting that airdrop, if everything dropped right now, we would have doubled our assets.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, these are IOUs. Who knows?
Yeah, I know. I'm just, there's a lot of factors.
But I mean, it could also be dollars by the time we get this thing rolled out. I mean, it's not supposed to drop till like May.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's supposed to be in the first quarter, I thought, but did that get pushed back?
They said Q1 or Q2, but now it sounds like they're saying May. But you don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be. It's weird because everything is kind of together, and I'm telling you, Davos. The reason we're paying attention to it is because these people are meeting about all this finance, and it's mostly about digital assets this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
it'd be a really good year to pay very close attention to what's going on.
They're gonna walk away, and then it's gonna be okay. Let's do the reset, and they're talking about a reset of digital assets. So that term.
I don't like the sound of that.
Well, it's all about the regs, though. It's about the regulations, and I don't either. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's.
I mean, if they can, they can't. I don't know how you can't reset Bitcoin. They don't have the authority or the ability to do that. That's.
I mean, what do they mean by
maybe resetting the stable coins? Because they got to reset the stable coins when they reset the value of their crap currency or fiat currency.
You're right. Yeah. So keep an eye on Flare. Let's move on because this video is getting really long, Crash. Really long. So what else we got?
You're in control, my man. You're in control. I'm not even
talked about Doji.
I'm not even on the same continent as you.
Really? We talked about we didn't bring up Novogratz. He's calling for a 2,600 price target of Ethereum.
Yeah, I saw that.
What's
his background?
What's that?
What's his background?
He runs at Galaxy Digital, so huge Bitcoin, and they have an Ethereum fund that is like getting ready to release or something. They have it, but. It's closed right now. I don't know. But he's obviously got a ton of Ethereum too. So,
yeah.
Of course, it's going to go to 2,600. So, okay. We listened to your favorite, the Owl. We listened to her.
Can you hold on a second? I got to close my shades, man. The sun's coming up. It's getting super bright in here.
Go. Yep. We got you. Back to the Owl. And this is so.
I'm back. Yeah.
So this is a little bit, this is on the Davos site, which it happens to be worldeconomicforum.org. That is the site for Davos. So when you hear World Economic Forum and you see that on all the videos, that's why, because they're pretty much running Davos over in Switzerland. All the big stuff and money happens in Switzerland, people. You know that. So let's listen. They're going to explain to us here what the Great Reset is.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have a Swiss bank account in your pocket? We got to work on that.
Yeah, I know.
I have for 2.5 years.
Yeah. Known as a crypto wallet?
Of course, yeah. We'll talk about that the next show.
Okay, listen up, people.
The pandemic has radically changed the world as we know it.
Of course, right away it starts with the pandemic.
And the actions we take today as we work to recover will define our generation.
Now is the time to think what history would say about this crisis.
2020 has been challenging on a lot of levels, as economic, environmental and societal frailties have been laid bare. But it's also proved that when we need to, we can act rapidly and restructure our lives.
Recovery from the pandemic is an opportunity. We can see rays of hope in the form of a vaccine, but there is no vaccine for the planet. Nature needs a bailout.
You don't want to go back to the status quo that you had before simply because it was the status quo that got us here.
With everything falling apart, we can reshape the world in ways we couldn't before. Ways that better address so many of the challenges we face. And that's why so many are calling for a great reset. A great reset? That sounds more like buzzword bingo masking some nefarious plan for world domination. Hands up, this kind of slogan hasn't gone down well. But all we really want to say is that we all have an opportunity to build a better world. And it's not surprising that people who've been disenfranchised by a broken system and pushed even further by the pandemic will suspect global leaders of conspiracy. But the world's not that simple. Every one of us has differing priorities, values, and ideas. That's part of why solutions are so hard to come by, and why we all need to be involved in the decision-making. Because whether it's politicians, CEOs, academics, activists, or you, we're all about getting people together, even those you may not like, to sit down at the table and develop solutions that work for all of us. But
we need enormous trust between the private sector and the public sector for this to actually work. That trust is hard to come by.
it's time for people to work together, listen to each other, and build this trust so we can move towards.
Or we all go trustless, right?
Yeah. Complete transparency. How's that?
Did you see the people in this when they do the shot of all the people? Interesting group of people they have on there.
Oh yeah, Black Lives Matter and all kind of
Bush, they got certain presidents.
Better world. And we really need one. Because while the pandemic affects us all, it's clear it affects some more than others.
The first people who are hit are the people at the front, those who are vulnerable. It is those on the front line who take it first, and that is simply unacceptable.
See, at the start of 2020, 1% of the world's population owned 44% of the wealth. And since the start of the pandemic, billionaires have increased theirs by more than 25%, whilst 150 million people fell back into extreme poverty. And with climate change set to dwarf the damage caused by the pandemic, the message from 2020 should be abundantly clear.
Capitalism, as we know it, is dead. This obsession that we have had with maximizing profits for shareholders alone has led to incredible inequality and a planetary emergency.
But no one can do this alone, and top-down approaches won't get us anywhere, because everything we've learned in our work has shown us that diverse voices lead to better results. And it's for these reasons that the forum talks about something called stakeholder capitalism, which would shift businesses away from just profit, because
if we want to change where the focus of our recovery will go, then we need a new dashboard for the new economy. And that needs to encompass people, planet, prosperity, and institutions.
Giving people a real stake in the economy and putting well-being before growth. And that's all about getting the right people in the right place at the right time.
We must rebuild our relationship with nature for the survival of the peoples and our planet.
We have a window of time which is closing, and we need everybody who cares to get together and find solutions now.
It's the people who have great ideas and who share them with others. They're the ones who are shaping the future. So if you want to be a part of the change, then tune in, turn on, and get involved. Follow the Davos agenda, right here, online, on YouTube.
The agenda.
Eddie, I can't even watch that, man.
Come on, it's good stuff.
No. Yeah, it's good. It's all
We're
true.
going to level the playing field, my friend.
And it can't be top down. You heard her. It's got to come from the bottom up.
Yeah, it's not about making money.
You got to do your part and just toe the line and listen to what we're telling you about the climate.
And the right people. They're going to put the right people in place.
Right people, yes. And you know what? 150 million people had 44% of the wealth.
Yeah.
That's them.
The numbers are staggering.
Yeah.
Absolutely staggering, people.
You can do anything with statistics. You can create whatever image you want.
That's true.
With science, because they do the same thing with science, particularly climate science.
Science is law. Don't ever go against it, Crash. You know that.
Well, you know my philosophy, right? we can only serve one master,
Yeah,
and mine is not made of flesh and bone.
I got you. So, but we on this channel, we're committed to getting you guys through this reset, and we'll get you the best information we can. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. What else, Crash?
Well, yeah, I mean that's perfect. I love it when you say that about getting us through the reset, because that's why we're here. We're here to share with you opportunities that can create wealth for you and hopefully sustain your family at a lifestyle that you deserve.
Yep, and Pomp hit it on the head. You know, the people that are getting involved now are going to reap the rewards. This is all going to be commoditized, and once that's done, and you have years, but the longer you wait, the less rewards you're going to reap. So get involved. Don't be on the sideline. Don't give up. Times are tough, but look at the opportunities. They're all around you.
Yep, there's opportunities. There's going to be pitfalls. There's going to be dark times too. But it's going to, I think, when you got a flow of capital from the biggest asset classes on the planet into a brand new asset class, there, if you're involved, you're going to benefit tremendously.
Yep. So,
buy and hold.
And we got a link below. Weatherby Crypto. Hit that. You can get some good information on there. Hit Skirch if you want to get if you want to just learn all about crypto and just get quality information directly to the websites. And don't give up, people. There's a lot of opportunity.
Let's wrap it up, my man. It's great talking to you, Eddie, and I'll let you know when I'm available at my next stop.
We'll catch you on the next one, people. We're out. Goodbye, folks.
Are you there?
Jeez, man.
Hello?
End it. End it. Oh, we just can't.
Are you still recording?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say what I want to say until I know you're not recording.
Why? What's the big deal, man? Okay, let me stop.
What happened at the end? You started fading out. It was like terrible. I was like, I couldn't hear you at the end.
Did I? Well, is that because of the heater?